Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Now we will learn implementation of the classification on Azure by automated ML. First of all we will look what is classification. Classification होती क्या है? Classification algorithm is a supervised learning technique. Hence, it takes labeled input data, which means it contains input with the corresponding output. In classification algorithm, a discrete output function y is mapped to input variable x. Classification is also the supervised learning technique. It has labeled input data with the corresponding outputs. In classification, y is the output function, which is a discrete output function, and it is mapped to input variable x. Means it has discrete results. Regression and classification algorithms are the supervised learning algorithms or techniques. Both the algorithms are used for the prediction in the machine learning and work with the labeled dataset. But the difference between both is how they are used for the different machine learning problems. They are both the supervised learning algorithms and they work on the prediction of algorithms, on the prediction in machine learning on the label data set. But the main difference between both of them is that they are dealing different kind of the problems. Means in regression we have learned that it has a best fitted line and which is always a straight line, but in classification it has the curved line. As you can see in the graph that in regression we have the best fitted line like the straight line, but in classification we have the curved line and we have the outputs like these scattered points. The main difference between the regression and the classification algorithms that regression algorithms are used to predict the continuous values. That is why the output line is the straight line, because they have the continuous values like the price, like the salary, age, and etc. But in the classification algorithm, we predict or classify the discrete values. They are not the continuous values. Like binary values like 0 and 1, true or false, spam or not spam, male or female. So unlike the regression, the output variable of classification is a category, not a value. But in regression we can have the value such as the um, uh, any kind of the value, any kind of the digit. But in classification we have the number, green or blue, fruit or animal, and these kind of the thing. Now we will look how can we implement classification on Azure by using AutoML. The same way as we have implemented the regression on the Azure, we will launch the Azure Studio. For launching of the Azure Studio, we will open the Azure and we will log in on this. Then we will have this page. We have created the workspace in the regression, in the implementation of the regression. So we will use the same workspace for the classification. We have all the workspaces. We will click on the workspaces, and this we have the new ML which we have created before. In new ML we will click, we have these authoring, and we will click on the automated ML. When we click on the automated ML, we will create a new automated ML job. We will click on this. As we have given the name in the regression, we will give this job a name. I'm going to give it a name, uh, classify 3. Experiment name existing, or you want to create the new one. uh, you can have the options. I'm working on the selecting. Existing experiment name is default. Then we will click on the next. After clicking on the next, we have task and the types of data. Select task type. Now, in the previous, we have selected the regression. Now we have the classification to predict one of the several categories, yes or no, blue or red and green. Definitely we will have a data set which we have downloaded before, or we have made it before. So we will implement this classification algorithm over that particular data set, and that particular data set must have this kind of the value. uh, Now we will select the task type classification and then create. When we click on the create, we will create the data set. We will give the name to data set. I'm going to give it uh, student classify, student underscore classify, right? We can give the description of the data set, what we want to do, or what kind of the data we have in the um, data set, what kind of the data in data set. We can give the description if we want to, but I'm not going to give it the description. Then we will click the next. From here we can select the data source, whether we have the on Azure storage or from the local files or dataset, as we have done it before in the regression. Definitely, I am having my dataset over the my disk. Definitely, I'm going to select my local files. From local files, and then select them next. So if you want to create the new data store, you can create it from here. I'm using the same. Okay, now we can upload the files or the folders. First of all, I just want to show you what kind of the file I have as a data set. Let me show you. This is my data set, which is student performance factor, and it has the hours, it has attendance, it has the parent involvement, sleep hours, previous, this kind of the data. So I'm going to implement this data. uh, uh, I can apply classification over the parental involvement, over the access to resources, internet availability, family involvement, or the teacher contribution, because we have that kind of the data, like the discrete data. right? So what will we do next? We will select that particular data. I'm going to upload the file. I've selected the file from the disk, and then I have student performance factor CSV. Next, yes, I can preview the data over here, right? Then move next, right? From here, I can select the columns. I have a lot of columns. I can have the gender. Uh, I'm just selecting the um columns. I just want parental involvement, access to the resources, extracurricular activities, sleep hours. Then um, I have selected the internet access, extracurricular activities, and these columns. Then the next, and then I have the review option. These are the settings, and we can edit these settings as well from here. Storage we can change, file selection we can edit, right? If we want to change the file, we can edit this, upload the file, and then the next, right? So after that we will create. Creation is going to be happen, so we can have student classified dataset created successfully. It made, as you can see, that student classify over here. Then we will click on the next. Okay, then we will select the target column. Target I'm going to implement it over the um, gender. Then next, we will compute the resource. Select the computer type serverless. I'm going to continue this. CPU or GPU, you can select from them. um, you can have the virtual machine size, you can change it from here. As you can see that classical training on the large data set, all virtual machines have different types of the machine size. So you can select on your own choice, then click next, and then submit the training job. After submitting the training job, you will have these credentials, and you can see that the properties uh, we will have best model summary after completing the results. As you can see that this job is submitted, and we can see the job details as well. It will definitely take the time, as the regression has taken almost my previous job has taken 5 to 6 hours for the completion. Yes, you can see the status over here that it's running. It will take time. um, I, I'm just going to show you the job which is completed before. And that is I have this job over here. Yes, this is classified. uh, I'm just click on it, and this job is completed. And it takes almost 6 hours to complete. We have the results over here. We have bus model summary, algorithm name, we have accumulated weight, and we can click on the algorithm name. Then we will have the results. After clicking on this, we have the model, we have the explanation preview, we have the responsible AI view, we have the matrix. uh, when we click on the matrix, we will have these results, and these results show you as well as the um, line. As you can see that these results are over the line or under the line or the scattered points. We have this straight line, but we have results over here. These are the classification results. We have the false positive rate here, then true positive rate. So we have these kind of the results over here: predicted probability and the actual probability. Y is on the actual probability, and x is the predicted probability. So these are the results, and we can use these results for the further decision making algorithms, and as well as the activities. So this is the classification um, implementation over the automated ML, by the automated ML on Azure. And hope you have learned something, and you will have some knowledgeable information over here. Thank you.